Hey, you're listening to the Wild Goats podcast. The following episode contains strong language and sexual themes. Fucking class A. Throw some shrimp on the Barbie. You bunch of sick cunts.
I was going
Make
to
sure you put separate audio files.
Yeah, I pressed it. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah.
Legend, Tom.
Welcome back to the Wild Goats podcast. Doing it now because I probably will forget. We're back, boys. Back once again as the singing song goes.
Back once again with the Renegade Master.
What are we talking about this week, boys?
Before we start, we should let people know that this is on YouTube. We should, because I feel like we're not actually addressing the fact that there is video content available.
We haven't addressed that, really, have we?
Yeah,
I did say that we were naked.
Content to come.
I did say that we were naked. There's a lot more video content to come. Jesus. I did say Joe and I were naked in the last episode, or the last but one. Yeah. So if they wanted to check us out, they could go on our YouTube channel. But I'll retweet that message.
I might put people off, I think.
Possibly.
The
views weren't great, were they? No.
They weren't.
Guys, we're not naked. If you're listening to this, stop listening. Go to YouTube. Check it out.
Yeah, just check it out.
I got my Slazzy G on.
I've been reliably informed that it's a lot better when you can watch us do it.
Yeah, big time.
Check out our YouTube. Check out our YouTube channel.
Get our YouTube involved. So, boys, this week we're talking about does size matter? Does size matter?
Does size matter?
Does size matter? Well, that's the question.
This is
that's the question we all want to know, really.
Now,
how big is too big?
Look, there's a million ways we can take this. And before we actually decide on let me just go get my phone. Before we decide on an actual direction, we have another voice note this week, boys. And I've not listened to this yet. I've not listened to this yet.
Okay.
So give me 30 seconds. So,
he's just not prepared, is he? It's just
it's poor performance. Although those flowers in the corner of your room are lovely.
They're lovely, aren't they? I've only got 7% battery, boys, so my phone might disconnect during the middle of this.
Let's just
get it over and done with. Look, it is what it is. It might have to.
It is what it is.
It's important I get this done now, actually, because my phone is going to die.
Okay, so does size matter? I mean, if someone says, do you want a glass of wine? Like 9 times out of 10, I don't want a small one unless I'm driving. Therefore, guys are at a disadvantage massively in the private parts region if we're going down that route. As girls have access to boob jobs, but implants to fit society standards and men and women's desires, whereas they don't have a quick fix as a man, so to speak. Therefore, I think it's more important to encourage guys to be more confident. I'll use this analogy for people. You can take what you want from it. Like, just because you've got a bigger engine doesn't mean you're any better at driving.
The first thing that I thought was when she said, if you've got a bigger engine, it doesn't make you a better driver. That's true, but it does make the driving experience a whole lot better. And you can go faster. So
is faster always a benefit? A lot of our listeners would probably say no, Joe.
The biggest thing I took away from that, though, was she said, if you're going to have a glass of wine, she wants a large one.
Well,
exactly.
That is a great point.
Listeners, can I just say, if you're driving, it's best to not have anyone at all.
Yeah, well said, Beats. Especially our Scottish listeners.
Just listen to the podcast rather than having a glass of wine.
Let's break it down. So, boys, where do you want to start with?
Does size matter? I'm going to give you a question. I'm going to give you a question straight off the bat. Okay.
Nice one.
All three of you.
Yeah.
Females that you're attracted to, short or tall? Does it matter?
It's a good start.
It does matter to me. It does matter to me.
Does it?
Why does it matter?
Want a girl that's shorter than you, Tom?
It doesn't. The height doesn't matter. But I'm totally honest. I don't like it when a girl is massively taller than me. Like if she's like a little taller, that's fine. But if she's proper taller than me,
like a beach volleyball player.
Yeah, a beach volleyball player.
Yeah.
And I'm not short. For the girl to be massively taller than me, we're talking like she's 190.
I don't talk centimeters, mate.
6'4".
That's tall. That is.
That's a tall girl,
mate. You're the same height lying down. You know, that's all I've got. To say about that. You know?
See, I didn't realize like I had a type. I used to date anyone and everyone. I didn't really give two fucks. I dated really tall girls. Girls actually was taller than me. And well, my height. I've not dated anyone that's actually taller than me. And I've also dated girls a lot smaller than me.
Yeah, you have. But you
And I'll be
also got
honest,
to take it.
a
Also
lot
got to
smaller
take
than
into
me.
account, okay, with women, the heels aspect is a big thing because
Yeah,
they can be short. They can be shorter than you normally, but then put some heels on a night out, and suddenly they appear.
You know, the thing with that is like you get girls that are like 5'1", and they're like, I want a guy that's at least 6'3", and it's like, well, you're tiny. What are you on about?
I think we'll get onto that, but I think from our point of view, I think it's definitely important to say Tom doesn't want someone that's towering over him.
Yeah. So you've got to work backwards, haven't you? Like, so I'm 5'11",
Yeah.
5'9", but you know, so say heels are like what, 5 inches?
I don't know how heels work, mate.
3 inches.
6-inch heel.
6 inch, 3 inch. 6-inch heel, 3-inch heel.
Which means I'd need someone that's like 5'3", which is pretty small.
Look, small
If
girls.
I was bothered.
Are fun.
Do you care?
Wait, so what if I could say I've got the perfect girl for you, Joey.
Yeah.
Just tell me the exact height you want. What do you want? 5'4", 5'5", 5'6"? What do you want?
5'4" and 5 is it's really quite short. I don't think you guys are really understanding how short.
That is quite small. Like
5'3".
That's, I mean, like, I guess we're all different.
All the time, yeah.
Huh? But I'm not the tallest, you know, and now I've got my hair, I'm even smaller. My hair added a couple of stuff on.
Just for some context, though, Joe, small girls are like, you can get a small girlfriend, and my God, do they feel small? Like, I can't exaggerate how small girls are. Like you like you don't realize it till you date one how small a girl that's 5'2"
as in like you think they're like a child.
But Harry, in your experience, and I know you have experience, does it matter?
I feel like I'm on Jeremy Kyle. Thanks, Pete. So
I'm taking that role. It's real.
No, I love it, mate. I love it. So look, I'm not.
I don't love my girlfriend anymore because I think she's a child.
She's grown.
I've got the results of your line tester right here. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready. So look, here's my view on it. Love
what a show that was.
any size girl, even if she's taller than me. If she's got a heart of gold and she's fun to be around, I couldn't give a fuck. Couldn't give a.
Really though?
Does it even cross your mind? Because the topic of this thing is, does height matter? Does it cross your mind? Do you think if you saw a girl in the club and went, "Fuck me, she's tall"?
Yeah, I'm being totally honest. If I'm looking at the club and there's a girl that her head is out of the crowd, I'm not going.
She's tall. Get her on the football team. Bring her up for corners.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not saying I wouldn't be friends with her. If she had a heart of gold, I wanted to be friends. Like, I'm not. Well, I can't be friends. But
the thing is, right, when girls are really tall, you always see them getting coupled off with the really tall guy. So when we were on that night out
in between us, mate, in between us.
yeah, but like when we went to Lab 11 and Plask got with the really tall girl, and there was just like all people, and then there was just the really tall people just together because it was just like, I guess we just
one of us.
That does go on the basis of what we're talking about. Is people of the same height tend to gravitate towards each other. You are right. Yeah. Tall girls. I mean, we're not we're not speaking on behalf of them, but more generally, you think that they would want people the same height, and so I guess that moves on to the next kind of section of it. Is
fucking hell, you're better suited for Peter Crouch than me.
As guys, do we feel like it's important to be a certain height?
I think it matters more to girls than it does to guys.
Well, that's the question, isn't it? Because if you want to be attracted to a girl, you know, a lot of girls, well, not a lot of girls, we don't want to generalize, but if you say to a girl, some girls will say, well, my type is tall, or, you know,
tall, dark, and handsome. Yeah.
Tall, dark, and handsome, you know.
Famously.
Very well-known phrase.
And I'm all
small, white, and ugly. I love a guy who's small, white, and ugly.
You know, they've got a good personality, but doesn't do much. You know how far you get.
Joey's like tall, dark, and handsome. Well, I've got one of the three.
No, I'm like 5'9", birds in 12 degrees and ginger. So,
but you are devilishly handsome. So look, my point about small girls, though, just finishing my point, was, a lot of fun. And dating a small girl is there were a lot of pros because you do feel protective over them because of their height. more protective than if you were dating like a BFG. Do you know what I mean? And that is also why you start worrying about
a big friendly girl.
Big friendly girl.
It feels like they're a child. I will say the word. It does feel sometimes like they're a child.
You're like holding their hand while crossing the road, not because you want to hold their hand, just to look after them.
Yeah.
But then
okay,
it's
well,
like...
that's a question now. So, you know, when you've dated females of a shorter size, when you're in a club or stuff, are you properly, you know, if you're in a relationship, are you overprotective over the person because you're like, well, she's slightly short?
Okay, so say if I'm dating a girl and I've never actually dated a small girl and been on a night out with them, but I can imagine I would be a lot more protective of them because it's a more dangerous environment for them to be in, you know? Usually you put them on like
dangerous. Why is it any more dangerous just because they're a few inches shorter?
Yeah,
because if you're small, you can't see the danger coming, so it'll just come from behind a tall person.
I just don't see how like a 5'3" girl is under more danger than a 5'6" because she's 3 inches shorter. Well, I gotta be more protective with you because you're shorter.
I think it's just natural instincts. Like it's got nothing to do with them as people being less able to defend themselves. It's just you just see something vulnerable in height and you're like, oh, I'll look after you.
Okay.
Whereas
if you're walking past this girl and she's being mugged, but the girl is like 6'3", you'd be like, nah, she's fine. She's got this.
Oh shit, I'd back her. Yeah, you could, mate. I would pick on her. She'd fucking knock you right out.
Stand at the end of the alley and see how she's doing. And if she needs some help, you can jump in. But
yeah.
All right, love, need some help? Nah, mate.
I saw her doing slam dunks earlier. She's not getting mugged, mate.
I mean, you know, we have to be careful on that time. But it, you know.
Yeah.
Look, okay, let's just flip it, Beats. What's your take on size of girl? Do you have a preference? Do you have a type? Do you think it matters for your sake?
I mean, I'm in a situation where I know I'm that.
Take what you can get.
I'm that 5'11". You know, I most of the girls I know are shorter than me. I've only dated girls so shorter than me, but I don't think it would. I don't think it would matter personally. I'm with you. I'm very much. Personality means a lot more than, you know, if they're slightly taller than me, but they're, you know, beautiful in my eyes, fantastic personality. I'm not saying, you know what, I just can't do it. You know, I need to be taller than my girlfriend. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter to me. But some people have that. I need to be taller than the girl I'm dating.
Yeah,
and some girls
like an ego thing.
Some girls really want, you know, see a man who's not taller than them to be a little bit less adequate. And I you know, I don't want to generalize or speak on behalf of women, but I think it's a fair fact. You know, you do get a lot of situations where girls are like, "How tall? You know, if you're not taller than me with heels, then we can have a problem."
Yeah, that you do get that. You definitely do get.
You do get it, and you know, if any women are offended, then please message in, and I'll have a very nice, pleasant argument with you.
But here's just changing the narrative slightly now. Here's a kind of, it could be a misconception, but something I've heard boys say in the past, and this is just a hot take. It's not my take. It's a hot take.
Okay.
Boys like to date girls. This is going to be a really fucking far out take. You need to have a bigger package to fulfill the need of a taller girl than a shorter girl. Do you see where I'm coming from?
We can't comment on that.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
We can speculate. We can speculate. You got to speculate to accumulate. You know.
I'll speculate. Okay, Joe, I got you. I think, and going back to one of your previous episodes on fetishes, okay, I think some guys would probably enjoy being with someone who's taller than them because it's some guys like more dominant women.
Height fetish. I've never heard of a height fetish, but it could be a thing.
It's a fetish of being dominated by a woman.
Right. Okay.
But why can't a small girl dominate you? That's lightest.
Of course I can, but I'm only imagining. You know, if you think of someone who's gonna, you know, threaten you or dominate you, you think of someone who's bigger than you.
Yeah, naturally you do. Yeah, naturally. But my point was more the fact that some boys are slightly insecure of dating taller girls based on the fact they might not feel they'll have the requirement to fulfill their desires sexually.
And now we're getting into fantasies. The other
side of
this. episode, which is size, not height, as in penis length.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's such penis length.
Or,
I've heard
or
that.
girth. So
I've heard
girth.
girth is better than length. Apparently, just a rumor.
yeah,
Just a rumor.
yeah.
I mean, but if you're out here but only here, then not.
Yeah. I mean,
Just
that would
have
be...
both, and then you're fine. It's just what.
I don't know if
well,
mate.
We were hoping the voice note would give us a little bit more insight to that, because we really can't comment.
If we're going to summarize the section, I think we should summarize it with, she wants a large glass of wine. You know.
I mean, the person who called in wanted a large glass of wine, but whether she wants a large penis,
yeah, I think her exact words were something along the lines of, "If I want a glass of wine, I'll have a glass of wine. I just prefer a larger one."
Yeah. But large in length or large in width, that's the question.
Volume, just in general.
Depending on what you've got, if you use it properly, then it doesn't matter.
She also said that. She also said that.
As long as you know what you're doing with it, then it doesn't matter how big it is.
Yeah, she made that point, didn't she?
If you're a good driver, you can drive a shitty car. You can drive a great car.
That's what she said. She said it doesn't matter how big your engine is, how you drive the car. So fair point, valid point, very good.
Yeah, because when you're drunk, you can't drive as well, and when you're drunk, sometimes you don't perform as well.
Well,
actually, so it works,
Speak for yourself.
Yeah.
No, I'm rubbish at driving when drunk.
So how can we?
I mean, I'm not going to say I'm good at driving when I'm drunk.
No.
Don't drink and drive.
Yeah, exactly.
But some people are affected by alcohol in the bedroom more than others.
I had a story of a girl that I knew who had a date with a guy. Right, went fucking class. They had a great time together. Cut long story short, they ended up in the bedroom.
Nice.
Pants came down. Micro penis.
Oh,
Oh, Tom. Oh, micro penis. She laughed by accident.
No.
He couldn't help it. You know what to do.
That's not on him. Okay, he can't help. She's laughing at him.
Yeah, but it's not on her either, because it doesn't fucking reach.
Yeah, she laughed, panicked, and left. That was what I was saying.
You should be out the window.
So
I'm not gonna lie.
She should be out the window. What is that? Like, if a girl is like the size of your penis, you can chuck him out the window.
if you're getting down the business and she starts laughing at you,
that's not an excuse to chuck them out the window, B.
In the voice note from our guest, she said something along the lines of, "If you don't try it, you don't know." Right?
Try before you buy. Yeah.
Something like that. Maybe this girl has experimented with the micro penis in the past, and she's been like, "Yeah, this ain't gonna satisfy me."
Fine, but don't laugh at the bloke.
Look.
Maybe she wasn't laughing at the guy. Maybe she was like, she saw it and she remembered what happened last time. Was like, I can't do this again.
If I had a micro penis, I'd pre-warn people.
Put it on your Instagram bio, or your Tinder bio.
When I have a micro penis,
it would be a great two truths and a lie. I have a micro.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
I drive a Fiat 500. I have a micro penis,
and I have a foot fetish.
Yeah.
On a Patreon podcast.
I thought micro penis was just short for Microsoft penis. I thought because I had the Oxford vaccine that I had a micro penis. Basically, if I had a micro penis, I'd warn them. I'd say, by the way, it's not massive. Because
like the trans people have they and them.
It's the shock factor, isn't it?
How's that conversation going?
Yeah.
By the way, I've got quite a small willy. Oh, really? How small? Pretty small. Oh, really? How small? Like very small. Oh, really? How small? It's a micro penis. Is that Gucci? We could try.
But then you could be like, but micro pigs are cute. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, there you go.
Micro pigs are cute.
Compare your penis to a pig.
So
look, you can always buy that. You can buy those strap-on things, can't you? You can put your dick on a strap-on. They're a thing.
How's that? No, I'm not gonna.
Have you not heard of them? Yeah, you put your penis.
No, I've heard of it, mate. But I'm not going to delve into the workings of sexual.
Yeah, I'll give you a demonstration. You put.
My question is.
Yeah.
If it's genetic, then there must be girls out there who like it. Otherwise, the micro penis would have died out by now. For natural selection.
I think it's just
just hang the people that have a micro penis. Let's kill this disease.
No, for natural selection, if you've got a micro penis and girls are attracted to it, then that
fair enough. Yeah.
Well, but I'm going to say something. Maybe it's controversial, right?
Here we go.
That's unlike you, Tom.
This Tom
Yeah.
now Tom is
All right.
controversial.
We're all guys, you know. We've
Yeah.
been in
Correct, yeah.
changing rooms with guys.
Yeah.
Guys are normally pretty open about just taking their shorts off. Some you get
Depends
hiding.
what changing room you're
Yeah.
in.
No.
Yeah. But for example, okay,
I mean, House went to private school, so he's seen all sorts.
Don't single me out. You went to private school.
Oh, you went to sorry, you boarded. I mean, sorry.
Right, yeah. I've seen a lot of Nepalese penis.
I've been in many changing rooms and I've never
Mm.
seen a micro penis.
Oh, mate, they're out there.
They're out there.
You've seen it?
I'm with you. Not that I'm looking when I'm in a changing room, but I can't see how they're.
Yeah,
how
why are
they-
you looking
Come on,
for
like
you
if,
weirdo?
if you're like taking your clothes and the guy next to you goes like, "Oh mate, I saw you
Look.
playing tennis the other day."
Hey,
A
some
micro
people,
penis.
some people are very open in their changing rooms. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you get some people who
I'm-
are just
I'm not
like
one of them,
like
but
this
some
and they're
people
fully
just-
naked.
Yeah, they just come out the gym. They've had a shower. They just sit on the bench drying off, just like that.
Just
Yeah.
drying their pubes in the hand dryer.
It's
Yeah, yeah,
impossible
but-
not to see.
It takes a confident man to do all that with a micro penis. You know?
Okay, but
Exactly.
okay, right, so
It takes a confident man anyway, let alone
But-
micropenis or
But,
not.
but before we
Here
get
we
down to
go.
confidence beats, before we get down to confidence, I've got a question for you. Would
Okay.
you rather have
me,
a
what
micro
is it?
penis or a chode?
Mm.
That's the question for you.
Chode any day.
What's the
Wait,
difference?
remind me.
So,
what's the
right,
choice?
so to the viewers and listeners at home, they don't know what the difference is. A micro penis is a tiny penis, just like a fucking tiny thing, right? A chode is
Yeah.
a penis which is wider than it is long. So it could be like that.
Ooh.
A micro penis could be like that.
You're gonna do more, not damage, but you know.
Been
Ooh,
absolutely-
Pardon
I
me.
didn't-
Would you rather?
I never heard of that. That's interesting.
Yeah,
You've
yeah,
never
give
heard
it a
of
Google,
chode?
mate. Yeah, you
You've
know,
never heard of a chode?
Don't give it. Do not give it a Google. Don't not give it a Google.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go based on the voice note that we got. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you feel that your confidence as bloke should be higher or lower depending on how tall you are? Let's go for height.
I definitely think taller
Yeah.
guys are more confident.
I would be
Okay.
more confident if I was taller. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
do just shorter guys overcompensate by being more out there and more vocal? Because if you think about it, I don't know if you've ever had an argument with someone in a club, but they tend to be the short people.
But that's because they say they're compensating.
But they are, would you class them as confident? Because if anything, if you have to be overconfident, if you feel like you're on the shorter side, no.
I think the reason why small people are always angry is because they're pissed off for being small.
The reason why small people are always angry.
It's because they're pissed
let's
off
not
at
classify
staring at
all into
people's
one group.
crotches.
And you know,
Yeah.
all
being
day.
any height or anything is absolutely fine. But I have to say, from my personal experience, any argument I've ever had with someone in a club is not 6'4" guys. It's
Yeah.
the
Okay,
You do,
but like, for
you
example,
tend to
if
find
maybe the taller guys don't feel
They
like
don't care,
to
mate. They don't
argue.
care. You bump into them, they look down on you, and they're like, "Look, come on, you know, I'm walking up here, you're walking down here."
That's
know, we're
because
seeing
they're
it-
confident.
we're seeing a
That's because they're
different world.
confident.
But it-
Yeah,
but we're seeing a
they
different
know.
world, you know?
They know that they're just batter anyone.
But there's
Yeah,
two
they're like,
types
we're
of
not in the
confidence.
same weight class, mate.
Yeah.
And there's two types of confidence, isn't there? There is the confidence of being tall and knowing that you're superior, and then there's the overcompensating confidence where you have to feel like you're really out there and you're making a big scene because you're shorter than someone else.
Yeah, I think girls like
It's
taller
nice.
guys though, because I think they, as in when Harry was talking earlier about when you're dating someone short, you're overprotective about them. I do
Mhm.
think girls like that feeling of feeling safe, and I
Yeah.
think that when a girl's with a tall guy, they feel safe.
But
Yeah, big time.
I agree. But I
Not
would
that
also,
they wouldn't be safe
yeah,
with
I think
a
it's important to know-
5'5" mixed martial artist.
it's important to know that I think any woman who's in a happy relationship with a guy that they're whether they're tall or shorter, they would feel safe in their presence.
Yeah.
So
Do
what
a
are we
great
saying
job
then, boys?
defending.
Yeah. For all the fans out there.
So let's pull it back for a second to confidence, right? Because that's the main point of.
Harry, are you confident being your height?
I'm blessed in every aspect.
Ladies, he's blessed. He's single.
He's blessed.
I'm the same, but I would say that if I was 1 or 2 more inches, maybe 3 inches taller in height,
Good save.
I wouldn't be like, I wouldn't mind that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not saying I'm short, but if I was 6'3", I would be feeling pretty good about myself.
I reckon like those basketball players that are like 8 feet, when they get their dick out and they like drop it on a table, it just goes like.
I mean, let's face it.
Nah, you can't say that. You can't say that because I know tall guys. I've had, when I was at university in America, teammates and also in the basketball team, like when you're in the changing rooms, tall
Wait,
guys.
why are you looking at dicks and changing rooms? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, it's a bit suspect. It's a bit
You're always
suspect.
like, when I'm in this changing room and when I'm in this changing room, stop looking.
Mate,
I love that.
I'm an ex-athlete. I've been in changing rooms. It's just how it is, mate.
I reckon tall people have big penises. Tom, well, it's funny you say that. I'm actually.
No, I'm just pointing out. Okay, you guys cannot be naive. There are tall guys that have small penises. I'm just.
There are short guys that have massive penises. Yeah.
Exactly.
Is that fact check?
Mate.
Is that fact check?
Bless from the gods.
Let me just.
Oh, go on then, Joe. What about you, mate? You feel
confirm.
You feel confident in your height? Do you feel like when you're approaching a woman, you're going to be relatively calm no matter what situation?
So there's a word you used earlier, which is adequate, and that's what I describe myself as. You know.
Yeah. Well said. Well said. So about the size.
Okay. No. So basically,
I think any girl would look at Joe.
Oh, cheers, mate. I think I would be more confident if I was a couple more inches taller. But, you know, life is all about a journey of finding your self-confidence, no matter who you are, no matter what you look like, no matter what clothes you wear, whatever. You just got to be confident in yourself and just be who you are. If that's whatever height you are, if you've got a micro penis, whatever, you just got to own it.
We were so good on a quote there until he ruined it with the micro penis.
Oh, that's going to be a great quote on Instagram.
You've got to own it, mate. You know, you just got to be confident in.
I can just tell.
That's a great
point. Going to be something to do with changing rooms.
I've seen a lot of penis in the changing room. That's Tom's quote.
I mean, you probably have, bro. Let's be honest.
I mean, to be fair, sometimes you don't out but having a penis in your face in the changing room. That's a quote right there. That's a quote.
That'll make the cut. Yeah.
Yeah. Where are we going with this?
Change your room.
BT, are you satisfied with yourself, mate?
Very much so.
Mate, BT's well hung.
Cool.
Good.
BT's well hung.
Yeah, because
look,
Beats used to tuck it into his sock at football.
I'm not going into personal details, but I would say I'm a decent height, and you know,
you don't need to say much, Beats. We know
to say much more.
We get it. We get it. You don't need to say anything. We get it. We get it.
Yeah.
All right for some.
I think I want to talk about the thing that I mentioned earlier, which was people pretending they're taller than they are on dating apps.
Oh yeah, because dating apps, everyone has their height now.
Mate, everyone puts 6 foot, whether you're 5'10", 5'9".
You know, I take that personally as well, because as a person who is 6 foot, and I feel like I'm
six. How's you're not 6 foot?
As you're taller than 6 foot.
No, he's not. You're the same height as me.
I'm taller than you, Beats.
I'm going to be completely honest here. Harry's definitely.
I mean, I'm 5'12". I mean, I'm 5'11".
Mate, I'll tell you a story.
I'm 5'12".
I went to Pure Gym. You know, the gym where they have the laser weight and height things. 5'11" and 11/12.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough then. I mean,
that's without shoes and socks on. So
you know what, mate? It's been a long time since I've seen you, but I've always thought you're the same height as me.
Mate, I guarantee you,
so
if you're not 6 foot,
massive growth spurt.
Maybe. I mean, I'm 5'11", so I mean, if you say you're 6 foot, it's not a big leap.
What I'm saying is, we'll go Pure Gym, we'll go on the lasers, and we'll get it printed off, and we can take a picture of it.
Wait, go back to that now.
Listeners of the Wild Goats podcast, you've heard it here first. Harry Hill is 6 foot. Okay.
Yeah. Fact check. Absolutely fact.
I would be willing.
And you know, he bends left.
Yeah, Beats. Hang on a minute. Calm down.
I'd be willing to bet as well that Harry is 6 foot.
I would happily put a lot of money on it.
If he's laser height, you know, got the laser height thing on a Pure Gym, and it said he's 5'11"
11/12, but the machine could be off a bit.
I'm not going to put money on that. So,
well, no, that means technically he's not 6 foot, which means
I've grown up.
I put money on him not.
You do round up first of all. You do round up.
Joey, he just goes like this with his hair.
Down?
There's no
His
such
hair
height
up
as
a little bit.
5'11"
No, it
and
goes
11
to his-
12ths.
Yeah, so I mean, but are you 6 foot?
Which, well,
It-
I mean, with
I think we're
shoes
getting,
on.
hang on,
Mate.
we're getting off topic here.
It's my birthday in 2
If
weeks.
you're
Am
a
I
da- okay,
26 or am I 25?
Joey,
That's not the point.
if you're a dating app,
Similar. Yeah.
are you? Do you think putting 6 foot will get you more matches?
No, I didn't put my height because fuck it. Find out when you meet me.
Okay, but
Height
you know,
unknown.
that wasn't-
To be confirmed, mysterious. Ooh.
Nah, but BT,
that
you're
was
right,
the
mate.
question.
You're right, mate. Like,
Thank you, Tom.
I know that myself, I'm a little smaller than Harry, so I would say I'm like 5'11", and I
Are
would
you?
put 6 foot.
Wait, hang on,
you?
you're I didn't realise. I thought you were taller
Yeah.
than us.
Yeah, no, Harry's a little bit taller than
I
me.
know from stories that I've been told from my female friends that they have had people match with people on dating apps such as Tinder, but other ones are available. With people who have said they're 6 foot, 6'1", and they have turned up to the date and they are very quite clearly not 6 foot.
Or there's the other scenario where they're like 5'4", so they say they're like 5'7", and then they turn up and
But
they're...
either way, you're putting your height. You're saying you're taller than you are because, and I don't want to like put all women into a bracket and summarise, but I would say that women find people who are taller than them more attractive, and I stand by that comment. And again,
You're
if
right.
you want
about
to
that.
complain to me in the comments, then go for it.
I've never heard
heat.
a girl say they like smaller guys. I've never heard that.
I'm sure some do.
I've never heard it. I'm sure some do. Yeah, I'm sure some do. But I've never heard it. You know. So the guys that are like 5'2" need to find.
If you like shorter guys,
if you like
put
shorter
it in the
girls-
comments.
Yeah, DM us, message us. We'd love to know
Yeah, we would fucking love to know.
because Joey is single.
Yeah, and I'm small, 5'9", so I forgot that because we're on video now. I forgot that we're actually still on podcast.
Yeah,
so I was
yeah, you-
waving at the camera, and I was like, need to say words as well, so I went for higher. Anyway,
Anyway, I think that's a wrap then, boys.
Yeah, that's a wrap. That was quite a
That's it.
successful episode.
Is there anything else? Okay.
yeah.
I think
so-
I pretty smashed that. I'll invite
Yeah.
you guys to another
Who
one.
should? Yeah. We need to try and figure out who's going to do the language warning.
Yeah, let's just say that
Yeah,
Joe's
I
got a
can do
massive
it, yeah.
penis, and we'll just sign.
Well, no, I think we need. It's funny when we get a guest to do
We need
it.
to get
You
guests
do,
to
yeah,
do it.
you
Yeah, yeah.